Hello, welcome. My name is Nicole, and this is the first episode of my She's Tatted series, because she's tatted. And in this first episode, I'm going to be talking about my first 3 tattoos. I have a total of 18 tattoos right now, and I have like 3 more that I know I want to get hopefully this year. So yeah, if that sounds interesting to you, I'm so glad you're here. Keep on watching. Okay, so when it comes to tattoos, my mom always had like a lot of tattoos in my life. So my mom has full sleeves. She has a lot of piercings. And so tattoos and piercings in my family were always okay, so long as we had our parents' permission. We were allowed to get tattoos when we were 16. And I think my brother and my sister got tattoos on their 16th birthdays, if I remember correctly. But for me, like when I was 16, I was just focused on getting more piercings at the time. And so I have like 10 piercings on my ears, my belly button, my nipples, things like that. Oh, I also have my tongue. So I was focused on getting all the piercings that I wanted, and then I was going to focus on tattoos. So that's kind of like how I thought about it. So I didn't get my first tattoo until I was 19. So I was like a freshman in college, sophomore in college kind of thing. So my very first tattoo was actually on my feet. So this is an atlas, I guess you could say, or like a map of the world, like an outline of the map of the world on both of my feet. So when you put my feet together, it creates the whole world. And don't look at that. That's a little scratch that I got. Yeah. Anyway, I got this tattoo by like my mom's tattoo artist at the time, which he wasn't like the best. But whatever, it was my first tattoo. Actually, the guy that did this tattoo was another guy that worked at that shop, because my mom's artist was busy. And I shit you not, while he was tattooing me, because I came to him with the design ready. Like I already printed it out at home. I like cut it in half. I knew exactly how big I wanted it. I had it prepared. And so as the guy was doing my tattoo, he goes, "Oh, this is kind of cool. What island is this?" And I was like, Earth? Like, what do you mean, what island is this? And as my first tattoo, that's just like not what I wanted to hear. You know what I mean? Like, I did not want to hear that somebody didn't recognize what my tattoo was. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I just chopped that up to him being, I mean, we're not going to say dumb, but like him just not knowing, I guess. Him not being a traveler like me. So the reason why I got this tattoo was because I just feel like I love like multiculturalism. I love to travel. I grew up in like a military family, so we were just traveling regardless. And yeah, traveling is one of my top 3 goals in my life is to, as long as I'm able to, and as long as I have the money, travel to, like 3 new places a year or 2 new places a year. And even though I want kids in the future too, like I plan on traveling with my kids. Like that's very normal for my family. Oh, so because this tattoo is just an outline, it only took like 10 to 15 minutes. Like it was a very, very quick tattoo, which personally I feel like tattoos that are quicker are a little bit easier to handle. It is on my feet, which was a pretty gnarly spot. I'm not going to lie. The feet are very, like the skin's very thin. So it's like, you can feel it. It's one of the more painful spots to get a tattoo. But for me, because it was just like an outline, it didn't require like any detail, any shading, any color, nothing like that. It was fine with me because it was just really quick. Okay, so my second tattoo I love so much. To this day, it is my favorite tattoo out of all my tattoos. And it is these butterfly wings on my upper back. This was another tattoo that I already like kind of created on my own. It's like a mix between two butterflies. The first butterfly, I preferred the shape of it. And the second butterfly, I preferred the design. The second butterfly being the monarch butterfly, which is the orange one. I love the monarch butterfly, but I didn't really like the shape of the monarch butterfly wings for me. So I decided to like give my artist like these two pictures, like, hey, like, can you make it this size, this shape, but with this design in it? And he absolutely killed it. I love it so much. I love that it's just like a simple outline. And yeah, I just think it looks really beautiful. It's really shaped well with all the dresses and stuff that I love to wear. You know, I love how it looks. I love how it's placed on my back. It looks like, oh, if I had butterfly wings, like, yeah, they would be placed there and they would look like that. And I love that so much. And the reason why I got this tattoo was because, and I was like 19 or 20, but the reason why I got this tattoo was because I think that freedom is one of my favorite values, one of my most important values, personally. And I feel like the butterfly represents freedom. And, you know, I always kind of related to the idea of like of being like a free-spirited butterfly. Like that very much aligns with my personality because I'm a Sagittarius. And yeah, and I just always love butterflies. I thought they were beautiful. I like what they represent. And I wanted to feel like I'm a butterfly. You know what I'm saying? This tattoo took about 2 hours, if I remember correctly. And it's on my upper back. So out of all my tattoos, this is the tattoo that I can't really see with my naked eyes, which is kind of weird if you think about it. Like, I've only ever seen this tattoo in a mirror or in pictures. Like, never have I seen it with my own eyes. Anyway, and yeah, but the point I'm trying to make is that because I can't see it, as you're getting tattooed, you can't really track your progress because you can't see what's going on. And that's just like, for me personally, that's one of the hardest things to deal with when I'm getting tattooed. Like, I want to feel like I know when it's almost done, you know? And like, I know where he's going to go next and I know what kind of pain to expect. As far as the pain goes, it got more painful the higher up the back he got. Like when he was like closer to my neck, I could like feel it kind of like spiking up my neck. Overall, it wasn't that bad. I don't know. I feel like tattoos, I'm not that person that's going to be like, oh yeah, tattoos, they actually feel good. I don't feel anything. I hate that. You're weird. Tattoos hurt. They always hurt. Like, you know, but I feel like it's never hurting so bad that like you're crying, you know? It's just like, it's like that. So I'm gonna be wrong, but I can kind of ballpark. The tattoo on my feet, I believe, cost me like $80, something like that. Maybe $100. Maybe $100. I feel like $100 is like a minimum. And then the tattoo on my upper back costs $200. And that was done by my mom's artist at the time, who that's why we kept going to him, because he gave us really good prices. Okay, so my third tattoo that I ever got when I was 19 or 20 is on my ribs, and it says Las Vegas. I got it because I'm from Las Vegas. Las Vegas is my hometown. I've lived here for the most part since I was 5 years old. My parents retired at Nellis Air Force Base. That's how my family ended up here. And here's like, okay, even though there's a lot of perks to living here, I have always still like wanted to like leave my hometown. I don't really plan on dying here, retiring here, but it's hard. It's hard to like figure out where else to go. But regardless, Las Vegas is my hometown. I love it so much. Here's the thing about this tattoo though. It's not my favorite because at this point in time, I was still going to my mom's artist who, I mean, he gave us good prices. He was located on our side of town, and he was convenient. And at the time, he was kind of like all I knew. I didn't really have a way to like explore other artists. And so I'm thinking, oh, he can give me what I want. Like, I'm not asking for anything crazy. And I asked him to write Las Vegas in like a pretty curly, girly font. And he just gave me like his softest cursive that he had. And I was just like, okay, like I did not at the time really know how to like negotiate a tattoo or how to work with an artist in that way. And I just felt like, you know what, it's fine. It's not awful. So like, I'll get it. In retrospect, I wish I would have gone to an artist who knew how to give me just a pretty girly, curly, tattoo, script, tattoo font. But yeah, things you do when you're 19, 20, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. It's not the worst tattoo ever. So it's fine. But it's just like not something that I'm like, ooh, you know? And it's on my ribs, which is notoriously a painful spot. But for me, it was okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Let's just say that. I actually found that when he was on the bones of my ribs, that's when it actually was like easier to take. And what I found was like the worst part of getting this tattoo was because of the spot it's in, you have to kind of be in like an awkward spot when you're getting the tattoo. And like he was like leaning on me. It was just, it wasn't the best. Length of time, it wasn't a long tattoo, maybe 30 minutes, maybe something like that. And then the price, he gave us very cheap prices. So it couldn't have been more than like $100. Do you have a tattoo on your back or ribs or feet? Let me know like what you think of them and how they felt. If you're interested in seeing some of my more personal content, please join my Patreon where I will get way more personal on there. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.